Everyone, thanks for joining here. So we're on day number 7. So we'll work on script number 7. So we'll work on a script that will clear some files from folders. So the folder we're choosing is the temp folder. So as you can see, this folder oftentimes contains older files that we might not need. So it's used by application and the system to store temporary files. So over time, these files can kind of accumulate and then it wastes disk space. So this script will help clean up of files and directories in the temp folder. So that are older than a certain number of days. So we'll work with day number 7 day, time when if the files are older than 7 days, they'll be deleted. So it's a very common system administration maintenance task to ensure that efficient disk utilization and system hygiene is maintained by clearing up space in a directory like temp directory. So we'll work on this. So as always, we'll work on the bash first and then we'll move over to the Python script. Okay, so for bash, we'll start with declaring what environment we're using. So user and then we'll declare variable days. So the first argument, like if it's provided, we'll use that as a number of days. If not, then it'll default to 7 days. So we'll only choose 7 days old files to be deleted. So after this, what we'll do is we'll simply use a find command. So it will look through temp folder. But what I'll do is since I don't want to make any changes in my lab VM, what I'll do is I will check if we have anything in our temp folder here. So ls in our local temp, there's nothing. So what we'll do is we will copy from var. So we have all these good files there. So we'll copy from var directory, including directories, and we'll move to copy them over to temp. So see here. So it's permission denied, so let's just do sudo okay. So if we check now, there should be some files there, and let's see if we have any that are older than 7 days. Okay, it looks like we have to use the preserve. We have some files from the 15th, but that's about it. So okay, if that's the case, let's see if we have any good ones in our temp directory. So looks like 15th is might be 14th, 15th is the oldest ones we have. Yeah, so okay, it's fine. So we'll reduce the number of days to, let's say, to be 2 days, right? So from 7 days to 2 days, we'll make it to 2 days. So any files that are older than 2 days will be deleted. So that'll take care of the October 15th files. Okay, let's go back here. So we have the files that we need, and then we're just using a find command. It's just a one-liner. It will be actually cd if we do temp and pwd. We copy this over and paste. And then what we'll do is we will m in db depth 1. So this m in depth 1 will ensure that the temp itself is not deleted. So whatever folder we put here, it doesn't get deleted automatically. So, and then we'll put m time, which is finds item number of days ago. So it will be plus days. So like 2 days. So any files older than 2 days. So print will list whatever we want to delete, and then we'll use exec, and then rm-rf, and then it'll delete each file that are found. So this, and then or true. So this or true prevents the script from exiting if the find command fails. So this one is a very common, I guess, part of a command that system admins kind of use. They use exec to kind of remove whatever files that were found. So one by one, it'll remove those files or entries. And let's see. So I think we're done. That's it. So we just echo out. Actually, we need to also comment. So find and remove files older than 2 days, and then we're just gonna print a confirmation. Cleaned tmp folder, files older than days were deleted. That's pretty much it. That's it. Just one liner that takes care of everything. Usually you just run this if you want to quickly delete stuff, but putting in a script, what you can do is also just create a script and then drop it in a cron job, and it'll run every n number of days or like intervals, and so automatically it will execute and delete the clean up the directory. So okay, so let's try it out, right? So what I'll do is I will do ls. We have 66 files now here, and then we're just going to go back to one directory. We go back one directory, and then we do chmod this plus x, and then script 7. And then we just execute that. Okay, let's now do the same command again. So you're gonna do ls tmp. As you can see, there's like nothing there. So before we used to have like all this for the 15th, so all of them are deleted. So 15th, 16th, I think 16th, if we had some, we would have had like, you know, something would have been here. Since most of the I think all of the files were from the 15th, they were all deleted. So there's nothing there now. There might be folder maybe. No. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much everything got deleted. Okay. So this is it. So for the bash, and then we'll now move to the Python script. Okay, so we're in Python script now, so we'll just copy paste this. Then environment is Python 3, and import some modules here: OS, time, sh, util, and sys. So we'll get number of days. And then days equals integer, the integer will be sys v. So parameter 1. If length of the arguments is greater than 1, so we'll use that. If not, else it'll be, let's do, I think we're doing 2 days, so 2 days. So get the number of days from argument number 1, like the parameter 1. If nothing is provided, default to 7, and then calculate cutoff. So we're going to put a variable cutoff equals time.time. Just taking the current time minus days times 86,400. So that's those are the seconds we have in a day. So it's 2 days times all those seconds, and then we'll define the root directory. So define dir. So the directory name will be, I'm just gonna put root as, because that's our root directory, which will be this one here. Okay. Now we'll iterate through the directories. Iterate through the files and directories and delete them if they're older than 2 days. So we'll use a for loop, name in OS dot to list there. So it'll list all the files in the root directory, which is a temp folder actually. path will be os.path.join root. Okay, now we'll use a try statement here. So try if modification date is older than the cutoff. So if os.path get m time path less than cutoff, we'll remove directory safely. So this will recursively delete the directories in the temp folder, any folder that are older than 2 days. So if it's not a directory, it's a file, right? So if that's the case, then remove the file. We'll also gracefully show the error here. Print F. just print a confirmation here. Okay, so I think we're done with the Python one. I'm just gonna comment here. We're printing a confirmation. So yeah, so we are checking the date, and then we're checking the path, and then we're deleting the directory recursively, or if it's not a directory, it's a file. So we're kind of also deleting the files that are older than 2 days. So this one here, OS remove, where is that? shutil rm3. So shutil rm3 is being used because we need to remove it. We need to remove non-empty directories. So that's why we are using the shutil rm3 instead of let's say os.rmdir, which would have done the same thing, like os.rmdir would delete like empty directories, but it would get stuck if it's like a non-empty directory. So that's why we're using shutil. That's why we also needed the shutil module, right? Okay, so let's run this. We'll have to copy over some files, so we'll going to do tmp, actual tmp, and then let's see what we have here. So we have 16th, 17th, 15th, 14th. So okay, so we'll have some files left over after. Let's say if you copy from the temp folder to this our local temp folder, so it'll delete most of the files, but it'll keep whatever is from the October 18th. So let's try that here and check. So we're going to do cp, actually sudo cp -r, then it'll be temp, then I'm going to copy this over to our temp directory, local temp directory. Our password. So I think we will have some files here now in our local temp. Yeah, so as you can see, we have I think I made the mistake again, but didn't put preserve. Okay, now we have from the 16th, 15th, 14th. Okay, let's see what the script does. We might just get an error, like, but let's test it out. Okay, looks like it worked. So. Okay, looks like it didn't work. We still have files from the 14th, and we have, maybe we have to run this as root. What were the errors here? Permission denied. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, we have files from the 18th, 17th, nothing older than that. So the Python script worked here. Okay, thanks for joining. That's it. So the Python, if you notice, it is a bit longer than the Bash one because we had to use different modules. We had to kind of there's like no one-liner in Python that'll do the same thing. So that's why we had to kind of use loops and if statements and different modules to kind of handle things. Okay, so we'll work on script number 8 shortly, and then we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye.